So every once in a while, a book comes along with a familiar premise that decides to turn itself on its head. One such book is Ultramega. So Ultramega is a 2021 story and is written by James Herron, with art by James Herron, colors by Dave Stewart, and letters by Russ Wooten. And I can only assume the inception of this idea comes from James Herron's love of Ultraman. I mean, why else write a story like this that is, in a way, a love letter to that show? Because at first it does kind of start like a typical Ultraman story. You have this being that's got to sort of combine with a human in order to become an Ultramega, because there's this virus that's infecting people and turning them into kaiju. However, unlike Ultraman, which is a children's IP, this story establishes very on, it is not for kids. The amount of blood and grotesqueness of some of these panels and scenes just made me want to keep reading. All right, let's go ahead and dive right in. So for the first chapter of this trade paperback, we follow a man by the name of Jason who had a dream about an alien being with a very large head, who instructed him of the impending threat of the kaiju. Jason bonds with this other alien who I've taken to call the Eye Guy, and is now able to become an Ultramega. And I just wanted to point out how funny I think this scene is, because Alien Homeslice is trying to be all super serious, yet Jason is just nonchalant about the whole situation. Kind of like this.
The world you know is coming to an end. Will you accept the power and responsibility and risk your own life to save it?
Yeah, sure, man, whatever. Hey, can we hurry this up? I don't want to miss Jeopardy.
We also learned that there are two others who as well are able to become an Ultramega, and the three sometimes work together as a team. And from all of the explanations and caption boxes, it seems like this battle between the Ultramegas and the kaiju have gone on for some years, as we eventually see a wary and tired Jason, who is missing his son's birthday. During a recent battle, a kaiju informs Jason that the kaiju queen is coming. We are then treated to an ominous scene with a man delivering groceries to a woman who is revealed to be this kaiju queen, and is also keeping her child deep in the basement. This culminates in the knowledge that this queen and her child are Jason's previous wife and son, who were infected with the kaiju virus. And it's towards the end of the first chapter that the son, also labeled the Kaiju Prince, does battle with all three Ultramegas as their fight rocks the entire city.
For real though, can you imagine just going about your own business like it's a normal day, and all of a sudden monsters and Ultramega figures just start duking it out in the city, just knocking buildings over and stuff? Oh my god! Oh, god, they're so big! Oh man, I'm gonna miss Jeopardy, aren't I? Ah!
This battle quickly results in the death of the other two Ultramegas, leaving Jason alone. After receiving so much damage, he realizes he can't win and rips the eye from his chest, telling it to find a new host. Jason does his best, but falls to the kaiju's might. Following this, the battlefield is then flooded with blood. People try to run, but most don't escape. Jason's current wife, Mariah, is on the run herself with their baby Noah, but all she is able to do is hold Noah above the river of blood as she drowns. Eventually, the blood hardens and Noah is rescued. And since the damage was pretty extravagant, the government has to make some very hard choices. For one, they decide to take that area which was the battle zone and just kind of wall it off from the rest of the city. You know, just in case any more kaiju do happen to pop out. Luckily, they also created a handy dandy device that's able to tell them if any human is infected with this kaiju virus, which I can only assume if you get a positive on that, they kick your ass outside the wall, which means this section beyond the wall is effectively a no man's land. Later, as Noah is a bit older, and through him we discover that society has broken off into factions. There is the more normal society, and then there's the Kaiju clan, those that work for the remaining Kaiju and do their bidding. Noah, however, being a big Ultramega fan, does battle with these people, and it's revealed he's using a robot to do it. Of course, this all takes place in front of one of the Kaiju leaders, and he decides this breaks a peace agreement they had with the humans, and he now wants war. This leads to Noah, along with his friend Beth, getting captured. Noah has to take part in what's known as the Kaiju Coliseum, which is an arena where humans get dressed up as Ultramegas and are then executed by Kaiju. Beth, on the other hand, is forced to help the Kaiju complete their weapon, which is a giant mech, with the intent of scaling the wall to attack the walled-off part of the city. However, it's during Noah's match, when all seemed hopeless, that Noah shows his intelligence by outsmarting the kaiju he witnessed kill the others, and manages to kill 2 out of 3. He also comes to find out that the Eye Guy has been watching him and helps him escape, but not before he is fatally injured. Since time is of the essence, the Eye Guy asks Noah if he will accept the power, and as soon as Noah does, he becomes an Ultramega. His presence is noticed by the kaiju as they suddenly grow to monstrous sizes, even now towering over Noah. Despite this, Noah still manages to be victorious despite getting injured. This leads to a confrontation between the Kaiju Prince and Noah, unknowing siblings that battle it out in an epic showdown that results in the death of the Kaiju Prince. With the battle over, Noah returns to normal as he and his friend Beth recollect the incident. Suddenly, something rockets and crash lands into the city. Noah and Beth rush to investigate, only to find the head of Jason, Noah's father, still alive, as he frantically asks his son if he bonded with it, as the volume comes to a close. And that's just the type of ominous messaging that is getting me excited to continue the story. Are we about to find out that potentially everything we've been told throughout this volume is a lie, and maybe the Ultramegas are not the good guys in this scenario? I mean, the kaiju don't exactly help when they kill a bunch of people, but there's definitely room for debate, because throughout the volume, there are little tidbits of dialogue that hit here and there, particularly in the Coliseum, where the kaiju talk about how the Ultramegas just sort of unfairly hunted them and killed a lot of them when they were effectively just babies. Is it just sour grapes, or is there more to the story? Even in the rules established within this volume is that those infected with the kaiju virus, they don't even transform unless they're in the presence of an Ultramega, and vice versa. So effectively, from what we're being told, if these two forces never meet, then neither of them are gonna transform. They're effectively catalysts for each other, and if they just stay away from one another, I don't think there'd be much of a problem, it seems. Because even when it came to Jason's first wife and son, although they were infected with the kaiju virus, it's only because Jason himself was an Ultramega that virus was able to really manifest and turn them into the grotesque monsters we see in this book. And also, I will say, this book plays with expectations very well. In the first chapter, we establish Jason as the Ultramega. We get to learn about his life. We get to learn about this Ultramega team he's a part of, only then to have him wiped out, and basically his son Noah takes over the reins as the lead character. And as an homage to Ultraman, I think this book also does well in that regard. There are many interesting elements, such as the design of the Ultramegas and how some of the kaiju look, that remind me and make me think of, yeah, if this was an Ultraman show, that would be pretty close to what everything would look like. You even got things happening which feel very Japanese anime-like, with the characters even sometimes calling out their moves, like Mega Rocket Punch and stuff. I also think the art is absolutely incredible. It has this very stylized approach with exaggerated figures and landscapes that just add depth to the panels. It also has this very interesting pop art look to it, where the colors just jump right off the page, especially when characters are getting limbs ripped off or there's blood gushing everywhere. They stand out incredibly well. We also get some very interesting tidbits, like apparently after you've transformed into Ultramega, as you start to revert back to your human form, your body might shrink down, but your head is going to stay large for a limited amount of time. And this scene made me laugh out loud so hard, because here's Jason in the first chapter, and he's just trying to talk to his wife, but he's standing there without any clothes on, and his head is just overly huge. His wife sees him on the TV, because you got a camera crew that's, you know, documenting everything, and she's even pointing out, bro, you got a really big head. And overall, I just had a really good time with this book. Like, tokusatsu stuff is my jam. I love Super Sentai, I love Kamen Rider, I love Ultraman, and if you are paying homage to Ultraman with a book like this, I'm probably gonna love it. And I'm just a little mad at myself that I did not pick it up sooner, because this is what I call the hardcore Ultraman. This is Ultraman for adults, and I just can't wait for Volume 2. When is Volume 2?
And if you like this video, don't forget to hit that like button, share it with some friends, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and ring that notification bell for more comic book content. And if you're wondering what to watch next, consider one of these 2 videos. Alright, take care, have a great day, and as always, stay geeky.